I'm a 33-year-old mom of two, and I really don't give a shit about a retirement fund. I really don't even think about it, to be honest with you. I'm in a very rare and privileged position at this point in the US where I do have a job that carries a pension. I have to pay like $80 into it every 2 weeks. It's a small pension, but it is something for when I retire when I'm 63 or 65 or whatever. But everybody at my
67.
job will stress about how you need to put additional money in your retirement because that pension will not be enough. And I don't. I don't put any extra money. I don't even consider putting any extra money into my retirement. At this point in my life, I'm in my 30s. My kids are little. They want to spend time with me. They want to go on trips. They want to go to the zoo. They want to go to the aquarium. They want to do all these things that kids like to do. And there are a lot of things that I did not get to do when I was a child. And so I'm spending my money on these kids every day. We are doing whatever we can, and I don't care. I've started brainstorming because my son wants to go to Tokyo so bad. He wants to go to Japan so bad. He's 8 years old. I'm trying to figure out how I can take him sometime in the next 5 years. And I'm a single mom. I'm on one income, but damn it, we're going to Japan. Before my grandpa died, he told me that he worked his life away. He saved his money. He had these plans of like traveling and retirement and stuff. And he was able to retire in his 50s. By the time he got to retirement, he was tired. He told me that he should have taken the trips when he was young, when he had the energy, when his body was capable, when he wanted to do it. Because in retirement, a lot of times, by the time we can retire, especially at this point, you don't want to anymore. Like you're done. You're not hiking the Grand Canyon. So I spend my money on me and my kids. I'll worry about that retirement fund later when they don't want to hang out with me anymore. So by the time you're old and you need to go into a nursing home, they take whatever money you have anyways. They take it from you. It doesn't matter how much you have. That money's not yours anymore. You might as well be poor. I'm a
I understand what she's trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, here, but it's like that's the mindset of people these days. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, what's the point of investing? Well, the point is, you might have money, you might not have money. Now, is she wrong for having a mindset to take care of her kids? No, but you should not do everything a kid wants you to do because kids are kids and they just gonna give you a bunch of random tasks to do, and you're like, oh, I want to go to Japan, mommy. I've seen a YouTube video, and you're like, sure. My single income house with two kids by myself. I'm gonna go to Japan for all three of us. Come on, lady. You can't let the kids guide you. You gotta be an adult and put your foot down just a little bit. But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. She's like I said, she's not wrong for trying to supply for her kids. But girl, look, what that has to do with your retirement? You're already at a job with a pension, but pension's not gonna save you completely. Now, what she's saying, there's half truth to it. Yes, they say by 2030 that people that have Social Security are only going to pay out 75% of Social Security. So she's 33, I'm 29. By the time we get up to 60, bro, it's not like another 60 years. They're not going to be able to pay us out, but we've been funding it, Social Security, like I said. So there's some truth to the end part, which she said, the nursing home, do it when you can, when you're young. Yes. Or don't think that you're going to save your way into not poverty. So you're not going to save your way out of poverty. You have to figure out what you're going to do with your money. And I tell people this all the time. I was just giving someone today a life lesson on finances. You either are making money or you're losing money. It's never just stagnant. It's always up or down. Simple as that. It can do to inflation. It can do to lifestyle creep. It can do to a lot of things. In her situation, she's like, fuck retirement. I don't care about retirement. I want to enjoy the moment. Look, y'all want to know the reality of the truth when you get older. When in a nursing home, I work in a nursing home. When you're in a nursing home, ladies and gentlemen, and I want everybody to understand this, when you're in a nursing home, it don't matter if you're rich or poor, bro. The difference is if you got money, you can go get private care. But some people have private care in a nursing facility that has private and non-private care, and they get the same exact care. So technically speaking, yes, you would get the same care of someone that saved their money because they're going to take it all anyway, right? And I think that's what she was saying at the end. But she's a little bit wrong by not trying to invest at all, because that means after 67 or whatever age, she's assuming that she's going to go right into a nursing home. No, You're not going to go right into a nurse facility at 67 unless you get injured or something. You can't supply for yourself, and the government has to come in, assuming the government would, because they're doing that for the older people now. Doesn't mean they might do that for us in the future, but let's assume they are, right? 67 years old, you're telling me that you're going to be in a nursing home at 67 years old, bro? You should at least be up for another 13 years before you're like 80 years old. Then you're in a nursing home, supposedly, if you're taking care of yourself, just slightly. So that means all the money, she won't have any money other than the pension she's saving up now. And remember, pensions come, you have to work sometimes for a minimum. I used to work for county. So you have to work for a minimum of like 10 years to even get that pension. And sometimes it's just based on what you made for your last like 2 years of working, right? So if you're just working regular, bro, you're not gonna get that much money in your retirement. So but there's ways around it. Now, is she right for, bro? She don't have to. She might not need money for retirement that she thinks now, but she's gonna come to an understanding. This is a lot of women. I work in the nursing field, so I see that a lot of women, they play games with their future a lot. They say, "Oh, I don't need retirement. I don't need this. I'm gonna be taken care of." I'm like, yeah, ignorance is very bliss, but it's not correct most of the time. You know what I mean? It's just ignorant, and it's not that her lack of not knowing. She doesn't want to know, and that's more of her problem. It's like, girl, how about you set your kids up for success? Because what she's and tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section. What she's doing, and this is my opinion, she's setting her children up to take care of her, and she doesn't think anything of it. Her carelessness of her future is going to inevitably set up her two, I think she said 2 sons. She's going to set up her 2 sons to take care of them, and then they're going to ruin their youth, try to take care of their mother. Even though people say, I should take care of my mother, but your mother should not be carelessly complacent with her life. To now, she is a burden to her children and their future and their wives and stuff that they're going to have their own lives too. So while she's like, I don't care about my retirement. Yeah, you don't care about your retirement, but you have kids that care about you. So since you can't be taken care of, they're going to take care of you, which means is they're going to have to rely on, they're going to have to hold their life, hopefully, for yours because you decided to be careless at the age of 33. Sometimes you have to figure out how to make more money. Save money don't make money. First, get out of debt. Second, take money and create assets. Have a safety fund, of course, and then find out where you can make money. Make money. If your money's not making money, your money's losing money, ladies and gentlemen. I just want you to remember that. So, like I said, she's not 100% wrong. I'm not going to disagree with her 100% based on the nursing home part. But yes, if you have money in a nursing home, you most likely will end up in the same spot as somebody without money. Unless you're in a private nursing home completely, then you get different care. But I worked in private care. I worked in non-private care. I worked in care that is both private and non-private. And to be honest, it's best for you to have no money and the government to take care of you. That's the situation. I swear to God, bro. These nursing facilities are charging like $10,000 a month for real, and that's minimum. It's your boy Angelo Savage. I want you to think about this in the comments section. If you have anything that is familiar in this aspect or something that you understand about the situation, is it smart for her not to retire? Like, I would say no, it's not smart. At least invest into some real estate or something that can at least alleviate your stress from even working all the time. And then from that, started to build other stuff like, the money's just supposed to make money. Maybe you have an IRA, Roth IRA account or something like that. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest, she's not the only woman. She looks like she's blissfully believes what she's saying. You know what I mean? And it is a little bit ignorant, but what can you do? Ladies and gentlemen. So there's a lot of women that think this way, and it's fine. Like I said, what can you do? They're gonna think this way. They're going to probably find a husband eventually, and go back into their feminine ways, where the man that has his shit under control will save a woman like this, unfortunately. Because she's not an ugly woman. She's actually slightly attractive. So there's a possibility she's going to be the damsel in distress, and the man's going to come and save the day, of course. And he's the more responsible one with all that. And then he's going to alleviate her stress from her blissfulness. It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Angelo Savage, the Savage Report. Let's go. Peace.